Have you ever wondered what was out there in the night sky? Stared up at the stars in the hopes of seeing something out of the ordinary? Have you ever heard unexplainable noises coming from a vacant room, or watched a shadow cross the wall in front of you? Have you asked yourself if there's life after this one, or if you had life before? What about strange creatures that are mythical and elusive? Have you experienced deja vu, or felt a prompting to leave because you felt you were in danger? What if tomorrow you were on the fringe? Welcome to another episode of On the Fringe. I'm Philip.
I'm Mark.
And if you notice, I'd said On the Fringe. I didn't throw What If Tomorrow in there. We actually changed the name to strictly On the Fringe. So I just want to put out a disclaimer. If you're looking for our show on wherever you hear your podcast, just look up On the Fringe now. Preparedness and news will be What If Tomorrow. So make sure if you want to listen, get it in the shows or whatever. Make sure that you are looking those up. What If Tomorrow is for preparedness and news, and On the Fringe for this show here. I apologize, ladies, but we have Pam and Jess back. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
No, anytime. You guys know you guys are more than welcome. We got my mom up. Hey, Mom, how are you doing? And Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Hey, Chris.
Just to make sure I don't embarrass her.
Hey, speaking of embarrassing, we got a birthday to celebrate.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
Happy belated birthday, Mark. I was going to tell you yesterday.
They told me if I made it 50 and didn't grow up, I didn't have to. So
well, I guess you don't have to.
So I don't have to.
Yeah, I was going to tell you yesterday, but I was like, you know what? I'll wait till the show and announce it to everybody. I don't care.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
You want us to sing for you? I bet we could sing for you.
Oh,
only
if
I get to sing
they
back.
heard me sing. You don't want that. No one wants that.
This isn't a show about singing, so I think we'll be all right. This isn't like America's Got Talent or anything.
Oh. This guy don't got that.
He's my brother and it runs in the family.
Ain't got no talent.
And he's the talented one.
No, Mark, man, it's been fun the last couple of years, man. I truly wish you happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
On for tonight, we are carrying on the conversation from Monday. We're talking about NPCs and background people. Like I said on Monday's show, I wanted to share it then because there is a tie to it where if you look at the demeanor of people, especially online, Facebook, whatever, Twitter, whatever. Speaking of Twitter, I want to throw that out there too. I'm kind of getting active on Twitter, sharing things on there. So go over and join us over there if you want, if you're active on Twitter. And while I'm here, just come over and join us on the What If Tomorrow podcast group over on Facebook. And check us out, our website, whatiftomorrowmedia.com. Check our affiliates out. Help support the show. I think we're really going to start needing it before long to keep trying to...
You choked on the air, folks. There's chunks.
Don't die on us, Phil.
Yeah, there we go. I think we're going to need it with the way things are coming. If you guys want us to continue bringing news and stuff like that to you, do us a favor and help us out. Also, I'm going to throw this out real quick. I know I've played it before, but it's getting closer. So that's definitely in the works. I think we got to have a meeting or two before we kick everything off, and there's going to be some things about that going on. But we're going to have multiple shows on the Odd House Network. It's an exciting time. We're growing. All the other guys are growing. I think for the most part, everybody's been on the show but a couple of the guys. I know Ben and Joe, Sonny, Willie. I think who we're missing is Spooky and Chad. So go look them up. You know, they got the Chad Smith podcast. You've got the Paranormal Chop Shop, obviously UFO Garage. And when Big Willie gets rolling, it's going to be Big Willie's Bits, and I think he's going to have another show as well. So, so they're going to be good shows. They're all good shows. I would say they're probably better than ours, but that's, you know, we are our own worst critics. But definitely go check those guys out, support them as well, kind of see where they're at. They're more of the paranormal, UFOs, obviously, you know, with UFO Garage. They talk a lot more about that. We do too, but we touch on a lot of other areas as well. But anyway, without further ado, background people. You know, you guys heard us play that Dolores Cannon video the other night, and I think there's something to what she was saying with how a lot of times we create the backdrop people. They're just energy, and given the quantum theory, things like that, I can see it. You know, because I believe we create our own reality. What do you all think?
Well, I mean, I think you're right. Pam and Jess and I have been discussing a theory, and I can't forget who posited it. It came out of one of the many books that these ladies have read. That there are two kinds of people. There are travelers and souls, and you know, the souls, when they die, they go someplace. But when something happens to one of the travelers, they hop into the next timeline where they're still alive. So, I mean, Pam had a really good, or Jess had a pretty good observation. What if, you know, CERN is just, every time it fires up, everybody dies, and some of us move into the next timeline, and the rest of them are all just like actors playing a part. So,
And then kind of the remaining people kind of backfill. Is that
yeah,
what you're saying?
Yeah.
they're backfill for the people who jump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did hear something today on, you know, parallel universes, and they were talking more Mandela effect, but I kind of looked at it through that lens of the parallel universes. Just, you know, they all run parallel, but at times they might get shaken up a little bit and cross lines or cross paths or whatever, and that's where your shift is. You know, I don't know if that's what you guys have heard or looked up or anything like that.
It's
It's
similar.
a theory.
Yeah.
There's a 1,001 theories when it comes to multiverses. I mean, it runs the gambit. I was actually, because I was contemplating NPCs today and kind of how that might work with multiverse, and I kind of came up with a different theory too that might work. So I have a personal theory. I call it the fairy ring theory. I don't know if I've spoken about it on your guys' show before. I know I spoke about it on Will's show before, but so we all know what a fairy ring is. It's an actual mushroom, right? And it's one mushroom, but it has all the little fingers that spread out. And if you kick one, it'll die off, and the nutrients from that one goes to the rest of the line, right? So hypothetically, if that's for real, we exist on all those lines all at the same time. So we could say that our consciousness, our conscious us, is existing in one line. And so all of us and all the rest of the lines could be the NPC players.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So maybe at any time there's some root cause for your main consciousness to move a line, whether it's death or the line fluctuates and touches each other, or you simply slip through a shallow spot, then your consciousness would wake up another NPC player of yourself. And then that's where you would start getting the Mandela effect to come in. Because,
Interesting.
yeah,
That is
because,
interesting.
nothing is exactly the same in every line. They're really close, but not exactly the same. So you would wake up in this line. And this actually kind of makes sense for me. It kind of really rung a bell. Mark and Pam have heard about this, but I'll tell it again. Right after the show Hellier came out, I started watching it, and I had finished up, I believe it was the 4th episode, and it was really late. I had been binge watching it like an idiot. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and I turned off the TV and was just kind of collecting my thoughts because it was a really interesting episode. And I went to go stand up and I got really dizzy and had to sit down again. It felt like the room shifted in front of me. Like when you're drunk, that shift happens in front of you over and over again. It shifted once. And when I sat back down again, I could have sworn I heard in my head somebody say very loud, "Waking up." I have no idea if it has anything to do with the show that I was watching, or maybe I was just really exhausted. But that kind of made sense to me when I thought about that today. I was like, I wonder if I shifted.
For it to be something like that, it sure has stuck with you because, I mean, you talked
Well,
about
how often do you hear somebody yell in your head?
Yeah.
Something as weird as waking up.
I've also heard kind of along the same lines of there's a guy who's driving out through the desert. I don't know if you guys have heard this or not. And you know how
we lose Phil.
did we lose?
Just for a
Did you lose
second.
me?
Just
For
for a
just a second. We got a really long blank look. It was great.
Well, you probably didn't lose me then. I was thinking. But this guy was driving out through the desert and at late at night. And on video games, especially like if you play online or whatever, you look and see all the other players and they have the bar and all that and their name and all that above them. Well, he looked over and the person that was in the car, he saw a bar, like a generated bar above him. It had numbers and stuff like that on it. I don't know if you guys have heard that or not. I've heard that story.
Yeah.
I've heard that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
But I think I kind of wonder if and that kind of hits the simulation theory as well. So
yeah, that's all that glitch in the matrix and
yeah.
I kind of wonder if we're hitting. I know we kind of jokingly say a lot. Everything's connected, but I kind of wonder if this is all part of this. The whole quantum thing and the whole simulation theory. I can't help but wonder if we are kind of programming our own experience as we go.
More than likely. I mean, I forgot her name. Is it Dolores Cannon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. When she said, it's all just a game. We're all just playing a game. And I was just sitting here thinking, Jess, about your fairy ring theory.
I think she should write it down.
Yeah, for sure, because that's really interesting. But, I had read somewhere, and I can't for the life of me remember where, but it talked about half of the human beings on the Earth are basically organic portals. So what if we are all our own portal for ourselves from other dimensions, meaning we can jump back and forth? Sometimes we're the NPCs, sometimes we're the main player. And we play through all these multiverses. That would kind of play into the Mandela effect because what may be correct in one universe may not be the same in the other, just depending on which one we've skipped into.
And if you're jumping around, you get real confused.
Yeah. Well, see, that goes into that theory about how schizophrenics are created. That they exist in too many lines at one time. So their consciousness is open in too many lines. And they're
They're aware of everything.
They're aware of everything, and it looks like insanity to us.
Mhm.
But it's just them existing in too many lines all at the same time. I can't remember who came up with that theory, but it was related to the NDEs, to near-death experiences,
Yeah.
that they had slipped too many lines and could touch back through all of them all at once. And so they kind of existed in this hazy world that we couldn't even fathom.
Mhm.
So, and it looks like insanity to us.
That would be horrifying. I mean, just think if there were so many, just
Even 2 would be bad enough.
right.
Right.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
nuts.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
It is. It is crazy. But in a way, it makes sense because who wouldn't go crazy if they could see 2 or as many? And kind of touch on the past life theory. The whole reincarnation thing. If you could see your past lives, I truly believe there's a reason that we don't know what our past lives were. If that's the case, I think that would also drive somebody crazy. But how many times have we said, man, if I'd go back and be younger if I knew what I knew now?
Right.
So is it kind of cheat the system if somebody could do that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now I know it's 2 different things, between being a schizophrenic and understanding and seeing your past lives. But I think there's a deeper reason as to why we forget those past lives. Whether it be, I know there's one theory, that when we pass off from this life, we come together with our mentors or whatever in the 5th dimension or whatever dimension it is and plan the next life. But I think, if I kind of think along the lines of, if we're planning our next life, we're planning who we're going to be with, who we're going to meet, all that. So you would almost have to create that backfill, like she was saying, it's a movie, I mean, you're always going to have the extras and all that. And it makes sense. And I guess what attracted me so much, what hit me so hard, was thinking about all the people, and I think Mark touched on it Monday, was all the people that you see when they're doing these interviews, and they get the blank look on their face when they're asked a question, and they're like, "Oh crap,"
Put on the
The
spot.
nonsense starts coming out.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Or they answer it
it's
so incorrectly, you're like, you've got to be kidding. You
Right.
had to
What
have said
planet
that.
are you from? And then
Yeah.
maybe literally it is. Yeah,
so I
there's
kind of
some of
wonder.
those.
Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
There's some of those people that just scare me.
Yeah.
What if they were put here to keep us in line? They're like our
failed.
directive.
They
Could
failed.
be.
And that's why they're so against anything paranormal or woo that we speak of, because they're trying to
Right.
keep us on track and keep our mouths shut, keep us on the right path. We're like the renegades.
Yeah. I could see we could be like say, like we were talking the other night, we, thinking about travelers and all that, after when you guys were on last week. What if the system, what if we're the glitch?
Could be.
So then I really want to mess a lot of things up.
But what if people that think that are travelers are the glitch to the system? And Jess, I mean, like you said, those other people are there to keep us in, keep us or them or whatever in line, because they don't want us messing with the system, because the powers that be or whoever's the programmer or whatever, I mean, we're kind of getting some Matrix stuff here, but there's a lot of truth in fiction. Hey, Space Oddity.
Yeah, my air kicked on.
Hey, what's
Hold
up,
on,
Gary?
I'm gonna go
How you
turn it
been,
off.
man? Hey, it's Gary Voorhees.
This guy is awesome.
Yep, you need to come on with us sometime again.
Yeah, open invitation.
Yep,
Drop
absolutely.
us a line.
I know you're busy, but when you get time, you're more than welcome. You know that, man.
it's interesting too when you think about it. My wheels are spinning now. So if we are, if there are so many people on Earth, on this planet, that are basically these soulless beings, these NCPs, and what if they can be, used as portals and jumped in and out of? Who's to say that it's all humans that are using them as portals? Who's to say it's not other beings from, a parallel universe that jump in occasionally? Or, that kind of is an interesting thought, even when it comes down to the black-eyed kids that don't know how to dress, or don't know what year it is, don't know how to use a telephone or how to use a fork, things like that. I don't know. Where am I going with this? This is...
Hang on one sec. We got a Facebook user. How do I chat too? You're chatting just fine. But if you're on Facebook, can you click on, there should be a link on StreamYard on the notification that you can go to and give it permission to show who you are.
I don't know what was up with StreamYard the other night, but I was signed in and it still wasn't showing me. I don't know what was going on.
Let's see if I can kind of give a quick
I'm telling you,
tutorial.
we talk about controversial things. The internet hates us.
I think
If
so.
you're on, if you're live on YouTube as well, it might be easier for them to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you got to
If they
go
can
to
YouTube it,
Go over to
YouTube,
YouTube.
it actually.
Yeah, we are live on
Oh,
YouTube.
what's up, brother? Go to YouTube, man. Yeah, go to YouTube, and it's actually updates faster on YouTube. Or you can go through StreamYard. Either way.
So to pick up that thread that I was on, what do you guys think? Is it
Maybe.
might be far
Well-
out there now, or?
What if, okay, so if hypothetically speaking, if we're split into two groups, NPCs and players,
Mm-hmm.
and the players are the only ones that are able to skip lines and blah, 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 blah. What if the NPCs are humans? And what if the travelers, the players, are the ones that aren't completely human?
So maybe it's just a matter of we're calling it different things that we've actually already been discussing.
So, like, if you were part Jinn,
Mm-hmm.
per se, or part alien, there's a lot of people that believe that the aliens have been, dipping in and out
Mm-hmm.
for a while. So,
Gary asked, "What if they're just animals that have the innate ability to just jump through different worlds?"
It could be. I mean,
Yeah.
That would explain Bigfoot.
Yeah.
have you all ever done the hanger reflex test to find out if you're an NPC or not?
No.
Have you not heard of that?
We need to do
Oh, you should go find it. So, like, if you'll look around, you should be able to find videos on it. It was really popular a few years ago. So, what they did was, I have one. You would take a hanger, right? And you would bend it this way and put it over your head until it fit down snugly. And it said that people who were NPCs would automatically turn their head from the pressure on it.
really?
Unwillingly. And people who were just players would keep their head straight. It wouldn't mess with them at all. And there's all these fantastic videos of these like teenage girls and stuff like, oh, this is silly, and put it on their heads, and then their heads would turn. And then they'd freak out. Ah!
Where's my
Well,
hand?
now I want to go find a hanger.
I know, right?
Go find a hanger. My head
Almost
doesn't
the
turn. I've
plastic,
tried
does
it.
it still work?
I think I threw out
Yeah.
all of my wire ones. I just have plastic ones now.
Yeah, if you can fit a plastic one, you can do that too.
this. Gary said he's playing World of Warcraft at the minute.
I mean, why not?
Fits perfectly. Yeah, I want to try
Raven just said that her head turns when she puts hers on.
that. Oh no.
No, Raven, no.
No, not my
Uh-huh.
baby.
Let me see it first.
I'm gonna go get a hanger.
Where was it? I think. Hold on, I'm gonna get a plastic one.
Oh, Raven's gonna go get a plastic hanger and try it.
Okay.
See if there's a difference.
I mean, there might be. You could be tuning into a new wavelength with your new antenna.
I should find one of those videos.
I do agree, Gary. There is empirical evidence saying we live in a simulation. I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, did Pam go get one?
I think so.
Here, try with the plastic. I think the metal like bent to your head shape.
You try it.
There's actually evidence that I'm quite intelligent, but I try to hide it whenever
Is
possible.
that?
Okay, so my question is, before I
Oh.
put this on my head,
Uh-huh.
is this a joke? Because if you do this as a joke, I'm gonna
It
be
is not.
really-
I swear. You can go.
There's
You
a
can go
picture
look
of
right
me on the
now.
internet, like,
I just. Here.
okay,
I'll look
for
it
the
up real
sake
quick.
of whatever we're doing here.
Science.
This is for science, Pam. Science. Oh, your head turned a little.
Did it?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Went all the way around.
I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, it spun around like The Exorcist.
There you go.
I think you're okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
Let
Ow. Yeah,
me
don't
see if I can get it.
pull
with
it
my
back apart
headphones.
when you take it off, though, because it kind of hurts.
Ouch!
So
I
fashionable.
think I'm okay.
I don't know. That green one does a lot for you, though.
Yeah, it really does. You should put the hook to the front so if you can hook onto a good idea.
Har 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 har.
Gary said it didn't turn, just the it was just a lag.
Okay.
He said I need to find a hack for fat and good health. Where's the God mode cheat? Oh, I know it, man.
I know, me too. And not to mention the lottery numbers.
Later, brother. We'll be in touch for sure.
Okay, now you've seen us do this. Are you guys still sure that you're interested in us
Absolutely.
hanging out on your podcast anymore?
Yep, absolutely.
This is gold. This is gold.
Oh no, this is a blooper reel. This is what this is.
That's
All
my
right,
life.
I'm gonna-
It's a blooper reel.
This is only like a minute. Well, that's the ad.
Who was that?
It's me.
Oh,
Oh, this is just they call it a near point of convergence. That's what they call it.
Seeing if you could.
Okay.
her face is like,
Yeah, they're always shocked.
Sweet, man. You sure it's not just a trend? I mean,
Oh, it was. It was a stupid trend, but it
I
was
mean,
how you proved whether you're an NPC or not.
It's better than Tide Pods.
this is true.
I mean,
and I would not have fell for the Tide Pods. The hanger on the head, I did. But, you know.
or how about the boiling water on the windshield in the winter?
Oh,
Ooh.
God.
Oh, that ended badly for many people.
Yeah.
It did. It did.
Or that stupid chugging the cinnamon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many people
Yeah.
ended up in the hospital over there?
In the hospital. Ugh.
And see, and then that brings back. I mean, maybe
Yes! Bring me a
Yes.
hanger!
For sure.
bring me a hanger.
Andrea, bring Phil one.
I don't think she's watching yet.
Oh,
But
darn.
you see these stupid challenges these people are doing on YouTube. He's like, Maybe they are NPCs.
Maybe I don't
Because
know.
there's not a brain in their head.
Just a hanger.
Just a hanger.
You're fixing to have one.
I am. I'm fixing to have one here. I'm going to take my hat off.
Hey, turn the lights down.
Turn the light.
Woo! It's great. Hold on a minute.
No, that's not good.
No, you're good, buddy.
I got it. Here we go. Okay. All right.
Nice.
I'm good.
Did you try it, Mark?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I
he
think you froze
conveniently
for a
second.
froze. He just.
Oh, okay.
it froze at the wrong time. It should have froze when he had the hanger on his head.
Oh, I have plastic and wire. This is going to be a
Oh.
scientific experiment.
This is scientific to see see if it's any different.
Tell
All right.
Chris she doesn't have to get on screen, but have her try it herself. Oh no, that's a look. That is a look.
Let's
I
try
love
like
it. There you go. No, the hanger needs to be to the front.
To the front? Okay.
There you go. There you go.
There
Put your neck in traction.
you go. Okay. Wire hanger. No go.
No go. Either
No
that
go.
or we're good.
I don't know what you're complaining about. You seem to love the whole tinfoil hat thing. I don't know
I
why a
love it.
hanger would be any worse.
That's pretty fabulous, I have to admit.
I know. I mean, it's almost like a tricorn hat. Maybe they were on to something. I need a tricorn hat.
Oh, you always look to the side. Or I guess you won't in this case.
Oh no. We've created a monster. He's not gonna stop now.
Okay, Phil, you're the lone wolf.
Yeah, I don't have a hanger up here.
Where do I
Sounds
put
like
Try
it
the-
closet full of hangers just to the other side of you?
Try the lampshade behind you. That'll be pretty funny.
I mean, I got one of those I can get out. I mean,
I'm waiting
Oh
on
my
light to
God.
fall
Okay,
on
we
me.
got a little in the weeds there, but yay.
That's all right.
hey,
It was for science.
it
It
was
was.
for science. That's right.
Something.
Now I wonder,
I
since
think I
Jess
just heard
explained what
science
it
die.
did, I wonder if that influenced the outcome.
I don't know. Well, they
Ooh.
knew beforehand though, didn't they? The ones that were doing the
It seemed
Well-
like it.
Yeah,
did
but like at the time it was supposedly like you'd be shocked if your head did turn because, you know, you should be in charge of your own head. I don't know.
Nobody
It's-
wants to be in charge of my head, even me.
Remember that show Herman's Head?
Know what?
Yeah.
There
Herman's
used to be a
Head.
show called Herman's Head.
I think.
No, I
It had all
don't
the different
know that.
characters inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a bad show.
I mean, the worst show I can remember was Dance Off, Dance Off.
I don't recall that one.
I
That
don't
was back in
remember
the
that one.
90s. That was a long
I
time.
may
You
have
can look
just-
it up. It
Scoured
was-
that from my memory too. Sounds pretty bad.
I had to get sandpaper for my eyes a couple times. I'm not going to get that off my retina.
Oh my gosh, we have gone so far off topic.
That is the beauty
For NCPs.
of this show. That is the beauty of this show.
Yep.
All right, let's get back on
We
topic.
should have named
All right,
it
let's
Down
do
the
this.
Rabbit Hole.
Okay,
We should have.
so
Chris has got the forehead slap going.
okay, so let's talk about Chris Geo. Do you guys know who Chris Geo is?
I do not.
I do not.
Okay, so he's like a podcaster. He's really big into the whole holographic computer simulation theory. And back in 2018, he decided he was going to go into the system from the inside and throw a virus into it and shut down the simulation theory. Right? He supposedly pulled it off, but it takes 4.5 years for it to completely shut down. So if the timing is correct and he actually did shut it down, we should be seeing the end of it this December.
That's not scary at all.
It's a little scary because he told everyone when he did this, and I don't know the logistics of how he went into this system or whatever, but he claimed once he'd done it that the closer we got to December 2022, the crazier things were going to get. He said shit's going to hit the fan because basically he's uploaded this virus into it and everything is just going to implode on itself. He said crazy things are going to happen, wacky things are going to go on that you would never expect, and then it should all shut down mid-December 2022.
2018?
What was his name?
Chris
Just wake up
Geo.
in a lab someplace.
hmm Yeah, he did it in May of 2018, supposedly. So we're like really close to the end of it if he did this.
Well, we've kind of been on a slow, fiery burn for the last couple of years anyway.
hmm
That's true. Well, I'm gonna look that up.
That's interesting.
That is pretty wild.
Planet Geo.
Chris,
Chris CHRIS Geo GEO.
Yeah, I just looked up Chris Geo podcaster. Let's see, simulation.
Yeah, like holographic computer simulation. That's his thing. And he's like deep in too. He has an entire like universal theory about how it all works. He's really big on the whole simulation display per player, that only players get a display when they choose to look at it. Which goes back into the whole like brain theory about how only things happen when you care to look at it.
So
Yeah.
we're living in a Japanese manga.
I guess
Got
only we
it.
don't have the freaky eyes.
Nope, nothing came up. I tried. I said status and no window came up.
Yeah, I'll have to do some more looking into him. It's weird. I mean, how he said that, in, what'd you say, 2018?
May 2018 is
I mean-
when he supposedly uploaded this virus into our simulation.
I know the world's
He
on
thinks-
fire, so
I believe it's him that thinks that we were not in a simulation, that we were all just fine, and we willingly allowed our consciousnesses to be uploaded into this game. And we got stuck in it.
Ooh.
Yeah. And our god or gods, depending on the religion you are actually the creators of these games who are now playing us against each other. And some of us have woken up to it, but we haven't risen to a level yet. We haven't come up through the levels yet enough to be able to exit it.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
so
Yeah,
is that-
and
is it,
so
go ahead, sorry.
Good. I was just going to say, so like what Pam was saying with like the black eyed kids and stuff like that, those are literally messed up versions that have been written into our game that aren't quite working. They're like glitched out players or NPCs that come into our game, or they're sent in kind of half made just to screw with us. They don't need to be a fully completed being or sentient, because they're not going to play out anything in our game except for to like throw a cog into our portion of it.
Maybe change the paradigm or something. Maybe somebody's
Exactly.
getting close.
Yeah, to get your attention away from what it
Yeah.
should
So they throw like a red flag in to screw it up, to keep you, off guard.
be.
It's
Interesting.
like me doing mods in my Skyrim.
Right.
Yeah.
hmm
That's interesting.
Maybe every time we jump a line, it's us escaping them again.
Could be.
That could be.
I kind of wonder if this whole movement for raising your vibration, to go to the multiple dimensions and on and all that. I kind of wonder maybe if that is people, somebody's found the code and they're trying to teach other people to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Makes actually some sense there.
Because there's also a theory out there of the two Earths. I don't know. Are you guys familiar with that?
Vaguely.
There is our physical 3D Earth, and there's a fifth dimension Earth, and it's all in the same space. A lot of people that are the whole consciousness movement and all that believe that if they raise their consciousness high enough, when it splits in the galaxy or whatever, that if their consciousness is high enough, they will split and move with that Earth. And it's kind of I haven't done a ton of research in it, but I've just kind of read here and there on it. I kind of wonder, now you brought that up, I'm kind of wondering, is this a different spin on it, or is it an escape? Is it, like the mothership or whatever you want to call it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you hear Nibiru and all this stuff. I mean, there's no proof to it. It's an interesting theory. But there again, I can't help but if a lot of these theories are introduced to throw people off. To
Maybe.
confuse them or whatever.
Maybe every time we ascend ourselves a little bit is when we move up in the game. And that's the same as switching into a different universe to us, into a parallel universe. Maybe we're powering up.
It could be. I mean,
that would kind of make sense. So if the near-death experience happened, so it would kind of be like you're in a game and when you hit the boss level and you've got to fight for your life, maybe you skipping up into the next level is you winning your game.
My wife said she made it.
Yay!
Yay! Get him a hanger.
Yes. Phil needs a hanger.
Andrea, go get Phil a clothes hanger. I'm not joking. Go get him one.
Plastic or wire, either one.
Yeah, either one, and get it to him like now.
Ask questions later.
You'll love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you will not be disappointed. She's never gonna guess what he's gonna do with it.
That is an interesting theory, though. Ascending as we reach different levels. I mean, it comes back to it being like a game. Like everything is like a game.
Yeah. It would also make sense. So, like, if you go back to the whole Berenstain Bears Matrix Mandela thing with Mr. Stain, talking about being a traveler and leaving markers behind in different worlds or different universes. So it would work the same there if he had ascended to the top level and was now able to go back through every level. And would leave markers behind so he knew which level he was on.
I'm making notes too while we're talking.
That's fine.
Because like once you finish a game, you always go back and go find all your Easter eggs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
My wife asked, why do you need a hanger?
Don't ask questions. Just get him a hanger.
Know that the video evidence that you're about to collect will be hilarious for years.
Yes. It's going to be great.
I feel obligated to do it because you guys did it. So.
Yeah, we all three did it already.
Yes. Don't leave Phil behind. It'll be sad.
He wants to fit in.
Peer pressure.
Yeah,
Next,
it's
we're
crazy.
Going to do the ice water.
No,
No.
I'm not
No.
doing
Not a fan.
Mm-mm. Mama don't like the cold.
No.
Mm-mm.
that. But so you're saying he supposedly escaped and left the markers. I wonder if there's a way, say, I mean, say we're all travelers. I wonder if there's a way that we could find markers of our own. Did we, maybe if we left markers, I can't, I can't think of anything, obviously, but how would you be conscious?
Deja
of this?
vu. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Chris Andrew's like, what the hell?
As Chris can tell you, it's definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it.
oh,
So, well, I mean, the markers can be anything. According to Mr. Stain, the Berenstain in the Bears is that marker for that line, E or A.
No.
So it marks two different lines, at least, I guess. I think if the theory were true that perhaps he had already ascended all of the lines and was capable of moving throughout all of them, so then his job would be to find all the markers.
Gather them back up, kind of thing.
Yeah, well,
he's
just
not leaving,
denote,
he's just writing
you know,
them
like
down.
Oh, I see what you mean.
yeah, like so in this level, it's this and this that shows me that this is this level, and like denoting through all the lines what that marker would be rather than them leaving a marker. I think it's more like they pick up on a marker. What is different in this line that's not the same in any other line.
Got you.
What doesn't belong?
Exactly.
To me,
One of these things is not like the other.
Right. I kind of liken it to a lot of games when you play through the main quest. Oh, she got one of each.
Yay! Yay, Andrea!
Thank you, Andrea.
Yes, thank you.
All right, here we go.
It is time. Okay, y'all. I've got $1. His head's gonna turn. I think it
Throw my
is.
head.
Squeeze!
And he's got a big head.
Yay!
Oh man. Well, there goes my buck.
It hurts, doesn't it?
That one won't be as bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you, Andrea.
I thought you needed a hanger because you were stuck in here or something.
I need to hang it 'cause I was stuck in here.
No, he's stuck in here with us.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I even talking about?
I don't know what we're
Picking
talking
up
about.
markers.
What show
We
do
were
you
talking
think
about
we're on?
markers in
Ah,
different
okay.
lines.
Excuse me.
No, I kind of liken it to a lot of games. When you play through the main quest, you still have the open game. You can go back and get achievements, or you can go find Easter eggs or whatever. Different little things you can pick up on the way or what have you. I kind of wonder if it's something like that.
So basically, he's bested the game, and at this point, he's just going back and having fun.
Right.
Just could be. That's
Yep.
interesting.
And leaving clues for the other players.
Right. But for most games, if the creators will leave the Easter egg, so is he is he one of the creators?
One of the good creators, because I think
Well, yeah.
the creators of this game suck.
Yeah, they do.
They're not nice.
No, I've not been impressed lately. No.
Unless they're not in charge of this and Christio really is shutting the system down.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
insanity we're watching unfold. Now, the question is, hypothetically speaking, if this is true, he did do this and we're in some kind of a crazy simulation, what's it going to be like when we get out?
Right.
Where are
What
we
we
gonna be?
wake up to? That's what's
Like-
scary.
Yeah.
Our planet, our homes, the rooms that we're sitting in right now, do they actually exist? What are we going to pop out into?
You know,
It's a good
I
question.
know, I'm pretty sure I've never told Phil this, but I know I've told Mark and Jess this before, and I don't remember what context it came up in before. But when I was a little kid, um, probably at the oldest, 6, 7 years old, I would freak out when I would go in the bathroom and close the door because I was just absolutely 100% sure that my family either ceased to be or actually turned into these reptilian monster things. And I always wanted doors open because that's what I thought. And I don't know when I decided, I don't think I ever came to a point where I decided that wasn't true, but just that it became a non-concern at some point along the line.
Well, I mean, along those lines, what if when the simulation ends, everything's the same except we look in the mirror and we're a bunch of Solarians and we've been pretending to be monkeys?
Yeah.
Could
I mean-
be. Who
But-
knows?
In a way, I mean, is it inherent for kids? You know, like my kids, they don't like to go to the bathroom in the dark, or they don't like to shut the door. I think it's a kid thing. I don't know there.
It very well may be.
You know, and I remember as a kid, I didn't the kind of the same thing. Not necessarily thinking that they disappeared or if they were reptilians. And I'm not by any stretch of the imagination knocking on it. I mean, I think I told you. I mean, you guys have heard my story about when I was in the bathtub when I was little. You know, and so was that something that? I mean, obviously it stuck with me for this many years. And so is it something that imprints on us when we're little, something that we experienced, maybe we blocked it out or it was blocked or whatever, but
That's what I'm wondering, where did that thought come from,
right,
to begin with?
right. Hey, Caleb. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's all part of it. I wonder. I mean, because we've all had something traumatic happen, at least traumatic to us. It may not be traumatic to everybody else. I mean, that's like my oldest son when he was little. I was in Hawaii and I bought him a souvenir and mailed it home. It's when I was in the military. I mailed it home and it was a cow, right? And it was battery operated. This thing would moo and jump, and he was scared to death of it. And anytime he would see it, he would freak out, whether it was on or not. And that stuck with him for a long time until we just got rid of it, because obviously we weren't going to play with it.
Is he afraid of cows now?
No, I don't think. Not that I know of.
Not real ones.
But I think we've all had something happen to us, at least at a young age, that freaked us out.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, some are worse than others. Obviously, I mean, not discounting anything, but and I think a lot of that is carried through the rest of our lives. Because it imprinted on us. So the question is did something happen to you to where you felt that?
Yeah, it's a
know?
good question. I don't know. I don't know where that would have come from, but I just remember it was a pretty valid fear. Of course, I have a 4-year-old brother, so he very well could have planted that too, who knows?
Yeah.
He's kind of ornery.
What if it was some kind of a cognitive remembrance of a
Could be.
different life, or
I mean, yeah, that could be a different universe.
I remember years later. Do you remember the show? It was Jim Henson's The Dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yeah, not
You
the
remember
Not the mama.
Yes, not the mama. No, when I saw the first time I saw that show, I was like, "Holy cow, that's what I thought they turned into." So it was something like that.
wow.
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe when you reincarnated from your last life,
maybe as a dinosaur.
you were lizard people. Why not? What says you have? What
Anything's
says you
possible.
have to reincarnate into the same world? Again,
True.
maybe those Japanese manga artists are onto something.
Maybe so. That's funny.
Maybe all the souls are just shared through all of the different universes. Oh, he's got a spare. Excuse me, I'm going to borrow this. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife
Tell
said,
the UFO story.
What story is that? I think I know which one you're talking about, and it involved a lot of alcohol. But
Don't they all?
yeah. I'll make sure she verifies that before I tell it. So I kind of wonder, now that kind of popped up, it kind of made me think. I mean, are all of these experiences? Is it part of the game? Is it somebody, something, whatever, trying to come through, pull people out? You have the abductions. You have lost time. Lost time, is that a downtime? Your player is taking a break, or are they reprogramming something, or whatever? It leads to so many more questions.
It does.
The questions are fun to ask.
Oh
They
yeah,
are. And it doesn't seem to matter what it is we start researching. We always end up in 1,000 different directions, which
Yep.
I love. But
That's because everything's connected.
yeah,
exactly.
thank
You're gonna
goodness
go
we
on a.
never find answers to anything.
Oh yeah. No, that was a different story. My oldest son. It was great. I'll share this story. It's freaking hilarious. I mean, Mark and Jess, you guys know where I live at. There's nothing around me but fields. And we had just moved here, and that spring, it was late one night, and I had, like always, I put my phone on the end table next to my bed and all that. It's late at night, and the phone is ringing. And I look at it, and I see it's my son. I'm like, why is he calling me so late? And I pick up the phone, I'm like, yeah, well, half asleep. And he's like, Dad. And he's freaking out. I mean, short of breath, freaking out, almost crying. I'm like, what's going on? What happened? That's my first thought. I mean, any parent's going to think, what happened? What's going on? And he's like, Dad, it's aliens. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, it's aliens. He said, there's a light shining in my window. It's aliens.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. We're blinking out. You guys following me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Uh-oh.
Yep, we're still here.
Am I still there? Did you guys catch me?
You're still there.
Me?
We can hear you talking. Your face was frozen for a minute, though.
Oh, okay. But anyway, he's like, there's lights shining in my bedroom. He's up on the second floor, which I'm like, well, shit, what's going on? And about that time, I hear it, and it's one of those big air ride sprayers coming down the road.
Oh no!
Oh man!
I gave him so much crap for so long after that.
That would be terrifying. Yeah.
I was expecting it to be the rotating beacon at the airport.
You couldn't see that from his
Scott's
room.
pointing at his window,
It's okay. I thought you were going to say it was the yard light or something.
Oh no!
Because that sounds like something my kid would say.
Yeah, no, it was one of those. I mean, but he was up above the high up in the field, and the light was shining into his room, and they're bright, So.
Yeah, they are super bright.
But no, it was great. We gave him so much crap. I think we still do from time to time when we get on the topic.
We are now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Watch this later, and damn it, Dad.
Now the other one, involved a lot of alcohol, and I was at a friend of mine's house. Mark knows him. We work with him, and we drank a lot. And, I mean, I don't know how much, but it was a lot. I couldn't drive. I'll say that. And I was gonna go get in my truck. Another person was driving, and I look up and I see this light, and I go beat on his door. Dude, it's UFOs! It's UFOs! And he comes out with no shirt on. He's getting ready for bed, in his shorts, and we go chasing this UFO down the road. I'm like, oh man, it was a rough day the next day, but yeah, we still laugh about that from time to time. So yeah, but no, it kind of makes me wonder: are all these abductions part of this? I mean, is it what you know? I mean,
All the
just like I
411
said,
things.
yeah,
Oh yeah, like missing 411. They're just actually characters they removed out of the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they got
Let's send them
too
out into
close to
the.
something.
It could be.
Let's send them out into the wilderness and make them disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we like find them 5 days later, like in an impossible place to get to. Like the
Right.
kids you hear about, like they end up
Mhm.
shoeless on a snow covered mountain and
Mhm.
no hypothermia set in, and their clothes are all folded up beside them, all nice and neat. What if they like took the player out to fix something and then set them back down in, just dropped them off at the wrong spot?
Or what if the ones that are like abductees or whatever, that are away from their home when it happens, like in a car or whatever, and end up in another place? What if they were just manually picked up and moved to make more sense where they end up as opposed to where they were at the time?
Maybe. What if alien abductions are you remembering going underneath fixes of some sort?
Or going into the pod.
Wouldn't that make sense though? Because there's always seems
Yeah.
to be a lot of times a medical procedure that takes place. What if they're just they need to come fix my leg? That'd be very handy.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Because I mean, when I think about this, I mean, obviously, if we're in this simulation, as real as it is, when I envision that you're in a pod or you're laying down or whatever, because and who knows how time passes.
Brain in a jar.
Yeah, but when I think about that, I mean, I think about in a pod, maybe they're unplugging you for a second and doing what they need to do. Maybe you had a medical emergency or something like that, and they're fixing you to plug you back in.
Sure.
That's weird. It's kind of
What
odd to
if you
think
black
about.
out, and the missing time thing, any of that could
Yeah.
just be a small reset for,
What if deja vu is them starting you back over again a little ways back because they want to replay it?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, how about
Because
our
you
time?
know how it is when you realize that you're in deja vu. That's about the time that you don't remember anything else that's happening.
That's
Mhm.
true. Well, remember our big time slip at the nursing home? Maybe we just had slow internet that day.
You lag.
So blame it on the crap internet. I'm good with that.
I had a bad connection at work today. I was like, it took me 20 minutes to do a minute job. Is like,
That's is as good of any explanation as what I can come up with for the missing.
somebody had to reset the router, and then we caught up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We just solved all the mysteries of the universe right here.
Oh well, there goes your show. Oh man.
We'll make up some more. I mean, we still haven't solved the riddle in here.
Watch what will happen is we will all level up at some point and maybe be able to look back at this and be like, man, how janky was that place? All the glitches and all the
we have
dumpster
code
fire
words.
that it came.
We have code words to make sure we're still in the
We
same
do.
section of universes anyway.
Chris said, dang it, my mom stopped by. Did Phil do the hanger? Yes, I
He
did.
did.
Yes, you'll be able to watch, honey. You didn't
Yeah,
miss
you're
it.
gonna have to watch it back.
Yeah.
My wife said, you get moved back to a save point. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Happens to me all the time on Fallout.
Maybe. Oh, that's a good point. What if you are in a situation where you end up dying when you're not supposed to die, so they just basically take you back to that save
Right.
and start you back.
That's
Interesting.
That is interesting to think about.
Or what if you become part of someone's story that you're not supposed to be in, so they move you back? It could be a whole myriad of things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of.
Yep.
You know, instead of
Saw the
different
man behind the
timelines.
Good thought,
Okay,
Andrea.
question. So, if this is all for real, hypothetically speaking, then what is dreaming?
I was just thinking about that myself. You know, I was
That's a
trying
good
to,
question.
you know, because you got to take a break from playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would think. I mean, we do. I mean,
Very good question. You know,
it
almost
is.
every dream I've ever had that I can remember involves water in some way, shape, or form. Almost always. There's always a river, there's a stream, there's running water, there's something with water in it.
Maybe you're peeing in the
Never
bed.
get it out. No, I don't. So
No, I mean in the
That's a-
simulator. You know, the player.
See, and what about those times where you have the same dream over and over, night after night, and it never changes?
yeah,
Like,
that's
oh,
weird.
we forgot to change the tape.
Or
Yeah.
what about the one where you're climbing and then you fall, you know, when you hit the
Oh,
bed?
I hate that. And it
Those
feels
suck
like you
so bad.
bounce off the bed.
Yes. Wake up, your heart's going
Mhm.
9,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I have woke up with my
Yep.
arms thrown out and felt like I was slamming into the bed.
I have heard that's from astral
Sound like
projection,
Chris is
but I
beating
don't
you.
know.
I mean, I probably deserve it. I should really buy her a good cast iron skillet. You know, something that makes a really good gong sound when she smacks. The
That's funny.
sound is what makes it.
How about
Be Pavlov's dog.
so how about if
Gong.
dreams are what if dreams are side stories that were given to your character that didn't work out?
Failed quest.
Maybe.
That's interesting.
Like a side and it didn't work out, so they tried to write it out of your story, but you still have a remembrance of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Almost-
my wife said her dreams usually her worrying about things.
Yeah.
My dreams
Excellent.
always take place in places that are made up of all the parts of all the homes I've ever lived in.
I have those too, and I always dream about secret passages in those places, and that they're all the same building, and I get there through secret passages.
Yeah.
I do the room within a room, like, you know, you've got a walk-in closet, but there's a door that you never noticed before in there, and you open it up, there's this entire extra part of your home that you had no idea existed.
Mm-hmm.
I do that one a lot.
Yeah. The places I'm in are always made up of multiple rooms from all my homes. So I'll literally walk from my living room that I have now into a bedroom I had at the last house, into a bathroom that I had at the house previous. It's like a giant complex that I walk through. And that's where the bulk of my dreams happen, unless they're my precognitive dreams, like that weird thing I have about Sally House constantly, or like that dream that I had about the nursing home, that old dude in the room. Yeah, if they're not precognitive dreams, they happen in this like multi-house. I don't.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It's always my
Maybe
grandparents' two houses merged together.
Maybe that's your brain trying to make sense of the multiverse, you know.
Ooh, maybe.
Or maybe it's a signpost.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
I will
that's
say,
like your,
yeah, there's parts of these houses that I don't recognize. So I've just always assumed that they're houses I haven't yet lived in.
no, could be.
Or or maybe one you
Amy
lived
said-
in your life, or another
Yeah.
universe, or you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I mean, maybe it's a signpost. Maybe you have your precognitive dreams. Maybe it's a signpost for you to see that this is just a dream. This isn't anything extremely important.
Oh, good point.
Can you all lucid dream? Can you realize that you're dreaming and then interact in your own dream and change
Oh,
it?
hell yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
I've done
Not
it a couple
always.
times. Not intentionally, but
I have one that it scared the bejesus out of me when I was little, but it makes me laugh now. But I had this dream where I was at my grandmother's house on my dad's side. She lived in this trailer, and she had this big carport that came off the back end of it. And I remember walking around the end of the trailer and coming up into the carport because I was going to go in through the door there. And there was a gigantic Garfield, like a dude in a suit. Like you would see it like Disney or something, you know, those big fuzzy suits. And it was so huge. And it was just, there was something about it that was just innately evil. Like I knew that me seeing this thing was not good. And at the minute that I saw it, I realized I was dreaming this. And I was like, you know, when you're little, you like clench your fist and you think really, really hard trying to change it. And I decided I was going to wish it into a real cat, because a real cat would be small and not scary anymore. And it took me a minute to do it, but I finally wished this thing, and it shrunk really, really fast into a bright neon orange cat. And it looked up at me and gave me this like piercing look with its eyes, like it didn't blink. And then it just turned real slow and just kind of sauntered away all weird like. And I remember I was so scared. I woke up and I almost vomited.
Oh, wow.
I almost threw up right there in bed. I was so scared. You know, you get that cold sweat, and I just that one has always stuck with me. But now when I think back about it, that huge Garfield was just so funny to me. That why I was so scared of this huge Garfield character. I don't know.
Paint me orange, I could be Garfield. I love lasagna.
Yeah, Chris said
I'm
her
gonna
dreams are usually in her grandma's house or her great grandma's house, but she's either working at the library, Scott's, or Dairy Queen. But all in one. But all in one of the. I can't even read. But all in one of the grandma's house. And
Wow.
then she said she can wake herself up from dreams if she's in a situation she doesn't like.
I wish I had a Dairy Queen in my house.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, I don't really remember a lot of my dreams anymore. I don't. I haven't made it. I haven't really made it a huge attempt to try, but I don't remember a lot of dreams anymore. I don't know if I sleep so hard, I go past that area, but I sleep hard, so my wife can probably attest to that. But yeah, I don't really remember a lot of dreams anymore.
There are a lot of times I can decide what I'm going to dream about. 'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
I like to, whether I get them written down or not, I like to build up big stories in my head and then tear them apart. Say, no, that wouldn't work. Let's try this. Then I'll find myself doing that when I go to bed. And then when I wake up, I'll have realized that I've rebuilt the entire story in my head in my sleep. And then I dreamt right through it.
See, that makes me wonder though, with the people, and we touched on this last episode, you know, but with the people that don't have the internal dialogue and the visualization, all that, what do they dream about?
I don't think they dream about anything. I know a lot of people who are like, if I dream, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I've heard a lot of people say that.
I have an ex that was like that. The more I think about it, the more I wonder.
Well, I mean,
He was just kind of that way. He was just kind of, you know, pretty straight, didn't think anything weird, didn't dream, wasn't very bright either, so.
My wife, he said he sleeps so hard it pisses me off.
You gotta punch him once in a while.
That probably wouldn't wake me up either. Caleb said I've taken control of my dreams before, but recently, like you, I don't remember any of my dreams. Oh no, am I an NPC?
I don't know. Put a hanger on your head. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Right.
Find a hanger.
Put a hanger
to the group
on your head. And, post it to the group. We want to see. And that's the group challenge. We want you all to take a picture of yourself with a hanger on your head, because we did.
That's right. What if the Fringe wants you to put a hanger on your head and post
That's right.
it?
On the That's right. Post it on there. Maybe we need to
Please
have a running
post it. Yeah.
Funny.
Actually, we should have a challenge to see who can get the most hangers on their head.
Yes.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Maybe at the Paracon. Maybe whoever gets the most
Bring a
gets
bunch
a
of
prize or
hangers.
something.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
could be a photo op.
If they
Paracon,
bring
yeah.
a picture of them with a hanger on their head, they get put into a special drawing or something.
For like what? A golden hanger?
Maybe. A gullible trophy.
I've got
or
it.
something.
A box.
But I can make a T-shirt with a hanger
Trophy
on
of
it.
a massive
Yeah.
gullibility or
Oh
A
no.
box of Samoas. Drawing for a box of Samoas. I mean,
Will the
if we're gonna have a-
Samoas last until we give away the prize?
Not if
Mark?
they're at my house.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we can't have Samoas there. They'll be gone.
I have to be coupon.
Oh.
Oh, you guys are hilarious.
Here's a $5 gift card. Go get yours.
That's funny.
Because we would have eaten them all. For 10 minutes. Ooh.
So I think simulation theory and multiverse and all of that is one and the same. I know you guys split it up between non-woo and woo, but I think
Mhm.
it's all the same. I really think there is something to simulation theory. There's too much that revolves around other things. It goes into matrix and glitches and Mandela effect, and that goes into everything else. Hey, Will.
It's Big
What's up,
Willie.
Hey, Willie. You need to jump on here. Go get a hanger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will,
Jump
go
on
get a
here.
hanger
We'll
and get on
Send you
here
a link real
now.
quick and you get on here. We need.
We'll
Yes.
explain it to you when you get here. I'll send you
Yeah.
the link if you want.
We need another opinion, and it's
Yeah.
dire.
Get a hanger. Get a hanger.
I will drop the link.
Yeah, see, we all have hangers.
Yes, we all have hangers. Go get one.
Right now.
I gave mine back to the wife.
Lame.
I know it.
You can't be a part of our club anymore.
Yes. Willie,
Oh wait, it's
I did
his
say
club.
Samoas.
Caleb. He said, "What about a hanger on my head? I'll do it."
Seriously, go get one, Caleb.
Willie.
Yeah.
Willie.
Willie said I was summoned with those words. I would hop on if I were at
Oh
home.
darn!
Hmm. Man. Party pooper.
Can't be one of the cool kids.
Well, I'm definitely not one of the cool kids, but I'm here.
Caleb asked, "What about a hanger on my head? I'll do it."
Okay,
Ran
so
through-
Caleb. Yeah, so there a number of years ago there was a challenge that if you put a hanger on your head long ways like this, if
it's
you
big
were an NPC and not an actual player in this simulation that we're supposed to be in, that once it was down over your head, that pressure point would cause your head to turn unwillingly. So that's the test to find out whether you're an NPC or if you're an actual player in the game. So far, I think we're all just players, but
We're playing.
Yeah. That's right.
no,
Oh.
we are not players.
Big Willie says we do need to plan a big powwow one day. Maybe we'll all bring a story that stretches a half hour or go 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, I'm
That'd
game.
be
man.
awesome.
We can probably get
We can
10
do it.
out of that.
Yep, I'm game.
Yeah, I like it.
Willie said, "Have you ever seen anybody's head turn?" Just on video.
All over the internet.
Yep.
Luckily, ours didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine went down a little because it hurts. It was right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the plastic.
I just
one
might
hurts
have a
worse than
fat
the
head,
metal
though.
one
Yeah, the
does.
plastic one was painful. It really was. not gonna lie. It's not like there's much in there to keep them from collapsing either. So,
Nerd, nerd, nerd. Speak for yourself, mister.
there's just nothing but a bunch of hot air up there. I mean, I know you guys realize that.
I don't have any hot air. I have cool air and a little spider that hangs out in the corner.
Is her name Charlotte?
I've not asked her name.
Okay.
So, but yeah, she gets mad whenever one of the cogs starts turning.
Oh yeah,
Is that
probably
like
wants
your-
a Polish bed.
You know, a lot of games you have a little animal following you around. Is that what that is? little
No,
spider?
It's her familiar.
I would freak out.
it's my familiar.
I don't know. You did have that big spider on you that one time.
Ugh. Damn you.
I know.
Damn
I'm
Teresa.
terrified of
She smushed
spiders.
that thing on my tush. Left spider guts on my jeans.
No, hook to the side, Caleb.
Hook to the side.
Hook to the side.
But you have to take a picture.
Yeah. Get it down just above your temples.
Yeah, no, I'm terrified of spiders. And poor Jess, we were working on Spook House, and we came down, or they came down from the attic, and she had this ginormous spider on her backside. And she's like, "Get it, Pam," and I'm backing away out of the room. No, I can't. Sorry, I'm out.
I scream like a little
Let her
girl every
die.
time I get into spiders. I do. They've heard it.
We've had some big ones here lately show up, and it's like, oh.
And those timber spiders are like everywhere right now.
Hey,
Yeah,
it
those red
is
ones.
almost fall. We can go cruising down Highway 99 when it gets cool and pick up some of those big old tarantulas.
Yeah, yep.
Ew.
Make a good pet
All
for
right.
the show.
Oh, yay,
All
Caleb.
right, Caleb.
All right.
He says, "Okay, I'm good. No head turn."
Congratulations, sir. You're a player.
Wait a
Ready,
minute. We
player
don't
one.
have proof. We don't have proof.
Oh, yeah.
He could be fibbing to us. His head could have
He could
spun
be.
around like he was spitting green pea soup. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I bet he's an NPC and he was sent here to lead us astray.
Oh, he didn't have to lead us anywhere. We're already astray.
So, something just hit me. Who are the men in black then?
I say it's like what I was talking about with like the black-eyed kids, that they're characters sent here to screw us over. And they never seem quite right, because why would you put so much work into a character that's only been there for one little purpose and to be removed? So that's why they're so weird. Like they don't know how to eat Jello, or they don't know how to dress. Yeah, they're not completely programmed like a true person.
Yeah.
And that's why they're kind of cryptic when they talk. It sounds kind of scripted.
Yeah, Caleb, you just share it to the What If Tomorrow podcast group. I think you're a member, if I remember right. I think you're on there. But yeah, share it there.
We're gonna have to make a gallery.
we will.
You're gonna have
We
to.
I'm excited.
I am too. Ridiculously, that's funny.
We need to post this on the Facebook page and start getting like videos in.
Willie. Willie, to be fair, Jello can be tricky.
It can be.
It's like it has a mind of its own.
Hmm. Especially for the bearded.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
kind of crawls in there and then
Yeah.
like a slime.
Those
ears out.
especially those ginger bearded. They're a little, you know.
Yes, but I mean they do have epic beards, don't they?
They do. Epic beards.
Yep.
I think you should trim it, you know, the square trim, like a
Dog.
like a dwarf. Yeah. You always see the dwarves with these square beards.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My wife's doing the hanger challenge right now.
Oh,
Her
how
head
Oh.
didn't turn.
Okay.
Yay!
You're good. That's the metal one.
Oh
You
my
can't stretch
goodness.
it out.
The plastic one hurts. Just warn her.
Plastic one hurt. Yeah.
Did she just say you have a big head?
Yeah, she said. Yeah, I said because she was stretching it out. She said, "Are you stretching out with your big ass head?" Yeah, no, her head didn't turn.
Yay.
Oh, good.
It wanted to.
That's funny.
I love it.
Yeah,
So
good
okay,
times, good times.
here's a question for everybody. So if saying that simulation theory is correct, that we're all living in this game or whatever, where do the out of time objects come in?
You mean like
Artifacts?
the
Maybe.
Rolex
Mhm.
they found in the Chinese
Yeah,
tomb, whatever? That's a good question.
A glitch in the code. You ever
like glitch in the code.
played
be.
Skyrim and an item
No.
is hanging out in the air when it's supposed to be on the floor because the computer can't figure out where to set
Yeah.
it?
Or could
Yep.
it be?
Interesting.
Could it be a marker like the Berenstain guy?
Oh, maybe.
That's a good one.
Or maybe it's just an Easter egg
It could be.
Mhm.
put
Something
there by the
to completely
programmers.
throw it off.
Like the Nokia phone with a cuneiform
Oh.
written into the hand carved keypad.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see all these posts about tools and stuff that are out of place in time, like you're saying, that are in stone and all that.
Mhm.
What if it is a marker? And we're in our timeline or game time. We'll just say game time instead of timeline for the sake.
What a
But
great
it's a
marker that
marker.
would be, because
Right.
completely unexpected, completely out of place, and not something that you would, not consider an Easter egg or a marker of some kind.
Right.
I am going to have the weirdest dreams tonight trying to put all this together. I will be walking in looking like a zombie sometime around 6 a.m.
Well, Mark, you kind of look like that today, man. At 4:00.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, not
Kinda
trying to
felt
be
like
hurtful, but
I kind of felt like one. I mean, you're not wrong. But a good solid meal and a 44-ounce caffeinated beverage did wonders for my outlook on life.
I'm sure.
Oh, and
Here's another question for you guys. So, going back when we were talking about Mandela and stuff in previous shows, we brought up Randonautica.
Yeah.
You guys remember what Randonautica is? The
Uh-huh.
game that you can play where you kind of put your consciousness into a question and the universe answers back with a answer for whatever you wanted. Like you can ask for something red and you'll end up in the middle of a place with a beautiful red couch where it shouldn't be, blah, 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 blah. So because we know that Randonautica works for some people, it doesn't work for everybody, which would make sense because if you're an NPC, you would have no mind thought to make that
Right.
function.
the consciousness.
So is Randonautica proof that players can tap into the game and change it a little bit for themselves?
Maybe it's got a hack or something.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Well, I have a better one too. Well, not a better, but another one. Controlled remote viewing.
Yeah.
Like you can tap into the game and see other sections that you're not a part of.
Yep. Because you have to have coordinates, but they don't have to be like GPS coordinates. You can just assign a number to something. But once you affix that number to it, you can return to that same number over and over, and it will take you right back to that place over and over.
It's like you've tapped into the code.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why we get deja vu and crap all the time, is because we're capable of tapping into something we're not supposed to, and they keep trying to rewrite us and start us back over again.
Maybe the second that they notice we tapped into it, they shut it down. And that's
Mhm.
why it shuts off the second that we notice it.
And then we get zapped into a new line because they're reopening us up into a refreshed game.
Taking us back to save, like Andrea said.
Taking us back to a
Mhm.
safe.
So
Now
I guess,
I'm freaked out now. That's kind of
It's like Free Guy.
The crazy part is how plausible it's starting to
Yeah.
sound. You know?
Yeah, it's like Free Guy. Like he became too cognizant
Yes,
of
yeah.
what was happening, and so it started glitching everything out because they decided they needed to.
I need to watch that. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on Disney Plus. I just haven't watched
You
it.
need to watch it. It's a good movie.
We have it at the library too. I just haven't got around to
I
it
thought
yet.
was good. I was looking at it last
Plus, it's
night
got
thinking
Ryan
about
Reynolds in
watching
it.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
You know you like him too, guys.
we do.
Even- Yeah.
I've been a Ryan Reynolds fan since Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Yeah, way back
Yes.
in the day.
And
I
the
like him,
first
but
season was way much better than the rest.
It's like he plays the same character in every movie.
It is. I think it's just him.
He's good at it,
It's
but
typecast,
Yeah.
yeah.
I still watch it.
yeah, I'll probably watch it this weekend because doing the research for the whole NPC or background people, whatever, they quoted that movie a lot. They talked about that movie a ton, and I've never seen it, and I've never really thought about watching it. But I was talking to a guy at work. He's like, "No, it's a really good movie. He said you need to watch it."
Now I'm curious. I'm going to have to.
Yep.
I mean, it does
Yeah.
have Ryan Reynolds in it, so I won't have any trouble talking to my wife into it. So,
Oh yeah.
there you go.
I mean, if it had Jason Momoa in it, my wife would be all over it. So
Your wife too, huh? I would,
yeah.
sounds like they're trading recipes or something there. Should we be scared if Jason Momoa shows up? Like, all right, well,
No, I'm just gonna go.
you're just gonna go. Have fun, ladies.
Caleb said it's a really good movie too.
I need
Nice.
to check it out. It is on Disney Plus. I need to go watch it. But first, Hocus Pocus 2, then Free Guy.
All righty.
Have my
All right.
priorities here.
Hey,
What's
everybody-
CERN got to do with the everything? Since
Maybe
we're
that's-
like,
It's the input-output port from Tron.
Chris put the only man I'll leave you for, Jason Momoa.
That's all right.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all right.
waiting on my wife to comment. So.
If
Yeah.
Queen Latifah shows up at my door, I mean, all bets are off, baby.
I was gonna say, my husband and I have a top 10 list that we can leave each other for,
Right?
right? And Ryan Reynolds on both of ours.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be if we like make eye
be a
contact
fight
with him
to
at the
the
same
death.
time. Yeah, it's gonna be like,
Or Haley Reinhart. Yeah, there you go.
I think I'm gonna win because I'm shorter and I'm closer to his shins. Just take him right out the knees.
Take it out. Yep, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Momoa.
so
My wife's
like white on rice.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're way off the rails now.
Yeah.
And what good sir is wrong with that?
I keep trying to rescue it, but you guys just keep heading off.
We
Oh,
need a producer with a cattle prod.
Need a moderator.
Well, it's gonna have to be.
None of us can moderate. We're all out in the weeds half the time.
Or a buzzer button.
Something, yeah. Shot collar.
Yeah, but what's the fun? What's the fun?
I don't know. The shock collar actually sounds like it might be entertaining.
That would be entertaining. Maybe we can
As
do
long
that
as you
next
got the
go
button.
around. when everybody's on, we can do it next go around instead of the hanger thing.
There you go. There you
Or
go.
catch the shot, make the hanger the shot collar. There you go.
Years ago, when I worked at Sonic Drive-In, we had a stun gun. We passed around. We had a running bet to see who could stand up the longest under it.
Those things are wicked.
Chris said she can moderate until we start talking on Moa.
Oh, jeez.
So CERN, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, what does that factor in? Like I can factor in the 2012.
Maybe it's
So 2012 might be, and I don't know if we're in a game, like in accordance to what that meant for the game, but I think that's when a lot of us started waking up. That's when a lot of things started shifting really quick and people started kind of waking up to it. But I don't know what role CERN would play within a game.
Unless there's two factions. Unless you got a faction trying to pull people out and another faction trying to keep people in. And then I think CERN might come into play. Maybe the we'll just say the good faction trying to pull people out.
Mm-hmm.
Try to start waking people up in 2012. But CERN is trying to lock people back out.
Well, maybe CERN's the good guy. Maybe the CERN's trying to wake everybody up and get it open and get the game open.
It could be.
Maybe
we
it's the same group.
That's why they keep having all the troubles at CERN. They keep trying to kick the collider on and something will happen and they'll have to put it off for like 6 months. Stupid shit happens, like that stupid bird that dropped the bread into the works of it and put CERN out for it was like for 4 days. It took them 4 days because it takes 3 days to get the coolers cold enough to kick on the collider. Just to regenerate it all back up, it takes 3 days. So maybe that bird was sent in by a writer to screw it up.
Maybe
CERN's like the rogue good guys.
Okay, so going back to our gin discussion, where they may be possibly trying to come in, and what if they start pouring in thousands at a time? What if that's starting to take place? So CERN kicks in to try to pull us out, the ones of us that can.
Maybe. Is that why CERN has a giant Shiva out front?
There you go.
Ba-bum-bum.
The Destroyer.
I just solved it all. All right, bye.
Okay, we're at the end. That's funny.
I don't know. It's been a fun conversation, though, for sure.
It has. I mean, this has been a ball. I mean, this is what I live for, really.
It's a good one.
And we're all
freewheeling off the walls.
Yeah, we're all far more confused now too.
Absolutely.
And what is wrong with that young lady?
No,
Those are the best ones.
Now we have 5 to 10 more theories, and we haven't solved anything.
We'll never solve anything.
And now we all know what we look like with. Yeah, now we all know what we look like with hangers on our heads.
I feel like I was quite dashing. Thank you very much.
I think so too. I can't get it off.
The green one. The green one, Jess.
The green one?
The green one.
Look at that.
Has to be the
Put
green
it
one.
on. Over.
Okay. Ow!
Over the
Okay.
headphone.
Oh, that does hurt. Okay.
It's much more comfortable.
Let me get my headband. There we go.
Don't you feel left out, Phil?
No, not really.
Wait. Oh.
Oh, no.
It really hurts. It's like starting to squeeze.
There you
Oh my lord.
go. It's a chin lift.
I can bet.
I got rid of my double
both of
chin.
them. I can't. There we go.
When I'm done for the evening, you can
Jess
just
is
hang
a
me
stunt
up.
person.
I feel like a satellite. somebody's gonna screenshot this, and it's gonna live with me forever.
Oh, let me do it.
Control.
No.
Chris. Mark's
All right, I'm
gonna be
good.
on nighttime infomercials with the new chin lift.
I mean, it worked. It looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you put the hanger up, then you can hang yourself and traction your neck.
Straighten your
at the same
spine.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lifts and separates.
People are going to think we're on drugs or something. We're not. Just carbonated beverages.
Well, say it right the first time, Mark. People might believe you.
I apologize to anyone who watches this that I brought the hanger reflex theory
Oh, that was
onto
great.
this show.
My cheeks hurt.
You should have known better. You really should
Yeah,
have.
well.
My wife said the hangers are still upstairs.
Oh, see, Phil, they were there.
There you go.
You just got ratted
Chris
out.
said I told. Chris said I told him to have a beer. Maybe he did.
I wanted a margarita
Oh,
I was gonna say, I
Oh,
think I
man,
need
that
something
sounds
stronger
good.
than a beer.
and a taco.
Margarita
Ooh.
sounds fabulous right now.
they do. If I'd have been thinking, I'd have brought some up with me.
Tacos?
No, margarita.
Not a bourbon cream.
Oh,
I know. If y'all have never tried bourbon cream, you really need to try it.
Is
It's
that
excellent.
Jim Beam cream?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that stuff is so good.
It is so good.
Yeah,
Put it in root
God,
beer.
it's
Big
Oh my
old bottle
god.
of Seagram 7 sitting under the sink. And
Have you tried it with root beer?
No.
it's good.
No.
It's one of.
I just
Be
drink it straight
careful. It's one
Yeah.
of those drinks that it's so
Sneak up.
tasty. Yeah, you just keep chugging it, and before you know it, you're like,
Oh.
"Woo!"
you're missing out, Caleb. Missing out.
Yeah,
Drunk
Caleb
stream.
said drunk stream.
Hey,
That wouldn't be
you
good
think
for a
this is-
Wednesday.
You think this is a soda? It's not. It actually is.
I don't know. It's glowing.
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's
National Whiskey Sour Day.
Sour Day.
Woo!
Yeah, I've got some Evan Williams honey downstairs too. That stuff is really good.
Oh, that stuff is good.
I think all I have in the house is Kahlua.
Yeah, you got coffee?
Oh, I can't do I can't do caffeine.
Mm.
I'm not allowed.
Oh.
There's some really good stories about that. They'll have to fill you in sometime.
We are so off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to have
I
a
think
good
we'll wrap
time?
it up.
Just slip Pam an energy drink. It's kind of like that squirrel from over the hedge.
It's not good. There's nothing good about it.
I don't think
Oh,
this
we
is
find
our
it
fault.
hilarious.
I think we're talking about something too pertinent, and the creators are shutting us down.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe so.
I noticed our internet got a lot better when we got off
Yeah.
topic.
Mhm.
Oh, funny. It did, didn't it?
Yep.
Yep. But I
Do you
think
hear
we'll
me,
wrap it up
creators?
there.
I'm on to you wherever you are.
That's right.
Watch me get shot down.
Lightning strike.
Don't walk outside with your little hanger on your
Little-
head.
Kill Cam and Jess.
You mean her portable lightning rod?
Go out and wait.
There.
Is that the new tin
Robot
hat?
Jess.
Yep.
Earrings.
Feel like I know where you're at, creators.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Oh, my
move the other way,
Lord.
Mark. It's getting fuzzy.
He's on to something. He's starting to
Yeah.
freeze up a little.
Uh-oh. All right, folks. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. I know we had a lot of fun tonight, a lot of laughs. It was a great time, good conversation. Like we said, I mean, we're leaving here with more questions than answers. Obviously, I mean, I don't think we'll ever find the answers we're looking for, but it's fun to ask the questions and explore them. Ladies, thanks again for joining us.
Absolutely.
It is
you guys
as
know
always
you're
a
more than
pleasure.
welcome. It's always a lot of fun with you guys on. Let us know and post up on. I'll throw it up on the group. Late last time they were on. Was it last week? You guys were on?
Hmm.
I think it was.
Yep.
Last week, and then early tonight, we offered to hand Pam and Jess the keys to do a show one night if they want to. So I'm going to post that up in the group, and we'll see what our response is. So I think they'd be great. I do if they just ran with it. Well, with that being said, I mean, this is a lot of fun. Really enjoy it. Next week, we're not planning any shows. We're going to take a little break. We've got a lot of stuff we've got to do to help Pam and Jess out. I want to get a logo built up for some this kind of limited edition T-shirts, I guess you could say, for the Paracon. Kind of with our logo, and I'm actually going to design a new logo for the show since we've just changed it strictly on the Fringe. But and I want to put that reminder out as well. If you're listening audio, look for What If Tomorrow for the preparedness and news, and on the Fringe for this show. I don't have anything else to share, Mark. Do you?
I really
think he's
don't.
froze.
I'm still here. But
Now you're.
That was awesome.
That was perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Mark was making a face and his screen froze. Anyway, folks, thanks again. Next show we're planning is going to be around I think probably on Labor Day. Wouldn't you? I think. Yeah, it'd be Labor Day week, it'd be Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
Be the 5th will be our first show back. We're just taking a quick break, get some things taken care of. So yeah, we'll. With that being said, we will see you on Labor Day, folks. Thanks for listening.
good night.
Hi.
Bye.